Before there was Final Fantasy Tactics, there was Tactics Ogre. And Tactics Ogre Reborn is a big modernizing rework of what was considered to be one of the best strategy RPGs of all time, Tactics Ogre Let Us Cling Together. So I went into this expecting the same old video game just repackaged with a higher resolution like what is standard, but was really surprised by how much the core combat system, progression, and RPG elements have been completely altered to the point that this is pretty much an entirely new game. So to show you what I mean, I'm going to give you some direct comparisons of the old versus the new, and if you're new here, hit subscribe. First, the class leveling, skill, and spell systems are entirely reworked to give you access to more useful abilities and passives earlier on in the game. The old version of the skill system looked like this, with really basic text descriptors that you unlock with a slowly accumulating amount of skill points. In the new version, each character themselves individually levels up instead of their overall class, and they passively gain access to different skills and abilities as they rank up. Those skills will then level up independently over time as you actually use them, and each character can socket for them right from the go. There's also some entirely brand new skills that have been added. The spells went from being pretty basic looking pieces of paper to now having unique graphics to help distinguish between them all. Above your skills, 4 of those spells can be assigned to each character. During combat, the old UI had all of your actions kinda shoved over off to the left-hand side. Here everything is listed right by your character, and it's a lot easier to choose between all of your gear, spells, skills, and items. Items are also handled a bit differently here, having to carefully plan which 4 items a character actually takes in. Another huge change are the inclusion of spawning buff cards that can be acquired for temporary bonuses during combat. After you physically move to them, each character can have 4 of these active at a time, but there are some negative effects which can be used against you or to your advantage by using skills or attacks that move characters. In the old version of the game, turns moved at 1 speed, which played out at this rate. Now there is a toggleable speed button which helps you hasten the overall flow of the game. In the old version, there were 2 zoom levels and 3 ways you could shift the perspective. The new version has 3 zoom levels and more ways you can kinda shift the perspective. Also, I found it to be a bit of a pain to not be able to see the health bars in the older version unless you held down a button, but now you can toggle them to always stay active above characters at all times. Elemental types and matchups become even more of a focus of the gameplay here, even adding a whole new choice to the intro which dictates your main character's starting element. In the old version, you made your 5 basic tarot card decisions and that was it. Also in the older version, when you targeted an enemy to attack, it gave a decent amount but not a ton of tactical information. In the updated UI, it now quickly shows you if the element type is a good, bad, or neutral matchup right in between the characters, and gives generally a lot better information on if you're effectively exploiting the enemy type or not. Originally, when hiring new party members, it would only ask which alignment type they would be, but now you get to manually pick what element type each unit starts as well. You can use charms now though to change their element after you pick this, along with other properties these new charms can change. The class switching system in the old version was pretty solid already, and is mostly the same here in the new version except for levels being tied to each individual character instead of by each class. As for the story side of things, the narrative used to play out like this. But now, cutscenes are actually voiced.
The Great Father favors us.
As he is surely displeased by the trespasses of this Nibeth, sorcerer of the foulest sort.
The sound effects and music have been greatly improved as well. Now, for some of the quality of life changes. The equipment screen used to be pretty big and bulky with a lot of scrolling around to find things, but in the new version, the menu stuff is much easier to navigate with better info. You can also now highlight anything that you don't know what it is, and you'll get some direct information on it. The shop has seen some improvements from back then as well, now looking like this. The map screen is mostly all the same. However, random encounters that happen sometimes when moving from place to place have been completely removed. Now you can manually choose the train button at a location to initiate extra battles to grind up levels. There's also now bonus objectives during combat encounters, which yield some extra items in the victory section. The battle preparation screen in the old version functioned like this, and it's pretty similar in the new version, but now you have multiple preset formations of troops. You can even now scout the battlefield ahead of time, which helps you assign better units that will counter the element and type of enemy you're up against. And if you happen to want things to be a bit more automated, you can now assign basic AI functions to your party members if you want to adopt a purely hands-off strategy. The enemy AI has been tweaked and improved though, so an actual human will be more effective during certain situations. The rewind turn feature from the old version is here too, and functions mostly the same, but provides nice little previews of the turns you can rewind to. If you're playing on a PC, keyboard and mouse is fully now supported, and it makes moving and assigning actions a little bit faster. The options menu in the old version was very bare bones. In this new version, there's many more options, like all the normal audio level stuff, general gameplay tweaks, button assignment, and pretty basic graphic settings. Now, that is not even everything that has been updated or entirely changed in Tactics Ogre Reborn, but those were the main takeaways I noticed as I just started playing through the new version. Let me know down in the comments what you think of these new tweaks to the gameplay and graphics. And for the purists, the old version of the game will still always exist, so everyone wins. Thanks for checking out this real quick comparison. I'm Alex, and I'll see you later.